I just found out where the Roomba is. They put him outside. Why would they put Roomba outside? They're starting to make threats again, so I'm gonna have them recording. ¿Qué pasa cuando fumo?
Te dije que no te voy a permitir que metas drogas aquí. Si te las encuentro, te las voy a tirar, ¿eh? Respeta la casa.
So, the reason he gets pissed off is because this dude's actually a huge ass stoner. When he was closer to our age, this dude would literally sleep at the cemetery. Él dormía en el panteón, en los techos de los mausoleums, fumando marihuana y emborrachándose. And right there, like Grandma Beta, right there, pegarle en la casa. So that's what they're at. So that's the reason why they get triggered. He gets triggered specifically, which is, reasonable. But the fact, y la cosa mala, and the bad thing is que esta persona pega. This person hits violently, physically. That was intentional, but he's actually done it to the point where I'm literally next to the hood, literally venting the hood vent, right? And I mean, because I don't want other people to breathe it in necessarily. If I'm vaping, every vapor knows where their vape is going. Let's start off with that. If someone is vaping and it's getting to you, it's because they don't care, but they know, but they don't care. And I don't like doing that. I like doing it outside. I like doing it away. The vent is kind of a good spot because it's kind of like saying, I can vape, and it's not the smell that's getting to you. It's the fucking fact that I'm vaping right here. Right here, standing right here in front of the vent. If I vape, because the vape is going outside. So it's not the smell at this point. So if I vape right here, it's going into the vent. So this person is not annoyed because I'm, vaping. They're not annoyed by the smell. They're annoyed by the fact, because it's not that, they're breathing it in. It's not that they're getting secondhand smoke. No, because the vent is on. What's getting them pissed off is the fact I can get around the system, that I can smoke marijuana, pero fumar marijuana en esta época, and he couldn't. That's what pisses him off. That he did it as a rebel. I'm doing it for enjoyment. That's what pisses him off. And I was doing the exact same thing a few weeks ago, and he literally, not this one specifically, this person literally attacked me. They yanked it out of my hand. They literally assaulted me. I had it in my hand, and obviously I'm not going to let go of my own personal property, right? And well, at that point, he was, I had to defend myself, because now this person's making it physical. I had to defend myself, so, he knows where he got, I didn't kick him, right? It was more like a push type kick, like stay away from me type kick. There she is. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, yo no dije que me iba a bañar ahorita. Yo nomás dije que me iba a quitar la ropa ahorita. That's all I said. And again, this here, it's the woe is me type factor, because I've been very explicit and very specific. I've said, bro, you've got an Airbnb. We've made an Airbnb with the expectation that these people would hire and outsource, a team. They would have their team. They would divide up the stuff, and instead of dividing up the laundry, having their laundry person having their, cleaning crew, right? A team, right? You do owner, manager, house cleaner, gardener, Airbnb manager, host. So literally, they could have a team, and that was the implication from when I started this, that I was designing a system for them. That was a gift to them. Me designing the entire fucking house from scratch practically and designing a rental system to go along with it, that was like, here's your fucking retirement gift. Maybe, that wasn't even it. Or maybe I'll get something out of it down the quote unquote inheritance. So that's the whole idea behind Airbnb. It was perfect, and it still can be perfect. That these people here, they like working. They like feeling like they're doing God's work or something. Because that's what the Bible says right there. Work your ass off because it pleases God. That's literally what it says, just summed down. So I'm there creating a team, a thing, and these people are under the delusional idea that, no, they're going to steal our job. They literally have used these words. Nos van a quitar el trabajo. Nos van a robar el trabajo. That's what they would say. They wouldn't say rob. They would say they would take away their thing. Anytime I would be like, hey, bro, why the fuck do you have a middle schooler doing, not those words exactly, but it came down to like why the fuck am I, a middle schooler going to work with you on Saturdays? And he's like, oh, it's your obligation, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you saw that look. You guys saw that look. That tells you everything. You guys saw that look, didn't you? So I would be there, and I'm going there Saturday morning with him, wasting my time doing not kid stuff, right? Adult actual thing, labor. And you know what? You think at first, grass clippings and green. I mean, grass is actually kind of heavy when you think about it. If you ever mowed a lawn and the lawn bag fills up, it has some weight. If it's summer, it's dry. But if it's winter, that bag is going to take quite a bit of some time because it's heavier. It's wet. The grass clipping's wet. That's one. Plants are pretty much just water if you think about it for the most part. So that's what we're at. So this dude is taking me to these places, and he's like, oh, it's your obligation to be here, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, it's not. I'm complaining and fighting the whole way. And then this dude right here is threatening to use, the belt, right? He's got his belt ready at all times. And he's like, no, this dude would literally barge into my bedroom like at 7 a.m., which is going to be pretty early for a kid, right? Or hell, it's early for an adult too, honestly. 7, 8 o'clock, he'll be like, oh, we're leaving in like 20 minutes. And then he would head straight downstairs and eat. And then I wouldn't even get to eat a lot of the times or I would eat in the truck or something. And when I got old enough, this person kept up the same routine, and he would start making me drive instead. So this person would literally take me to the fucking job site. And look at this right here. There's no logical reason for a Roomba to be out here like this. No reason. No reason at all. So this person would take me to their workplace on a Saturday morning, and this person would yank me out of bed because obviously I'm not going to answer the door. That's one. Two, I don't have to answer the door because this person doesn't knock. This person pretty much just says into the doorway because they already know. They monitor everything. They don't need to know. And they know that I don't walk to the friend's house. They know I don't walk to the store. They know the routine. So they're there. They don't essentially monitoring what I'm doing. And they already know I'm in the bedroom. So I'm in the bedroom. It's Saturday morning. It's cold, right? And now this person comes into the doorway, and because he doesn't even say, I'm ready to go. No, he barges into the door and says like, why aren't you ready to go? Kind of that attitude and everything. And obviously he does it a little quieter at first. But the second time, total flip of energy, right? Entirely total flip of energy. So I'm in there and I'm still ignoring him. And this person is literally actually ripping the sheet covers off the bed, like literally. They're literally ripping the sheet covers off my bed while I'm trying to kind of pretend, play dead essentially, or fun. I don't know what you would call it. So that's what that person is right there. That's the child abuse right there. That's you could claim it was neglect before, but now it's clearly abuse. Um, you just see the patterns everywhere. So that's where we're at. And she would do the same thing. She would be cleaning the inside of the house. So he would do the outside, she would do the inside, and that's how she does right now. That's her thing right now. That she talks more and more and tries as a way to, see, that's what I mean. It's effective to some kind of degree, but that's what they do. So this person would literally do the same exact thing. This person, wow, exactly. That's what you see from this person right here. That's why I am trying to make them irrelevant in my life, because that's how they act. You know, this right here, any adult would be like, that's kind of weird, what's going on? But this person does the complete opposite. They know what's going on. That's why they keep doing the whole hand gesture, and they're like, oh, it's done, it's done. You're right, it's done, it's done. And at one point, we'll just completely detach from you, and that'll be it. So with that person, I don't even try bothering at this point. At this point, it's more like, and you know, people. Behavior is learned from somewhere. So she goes off shopping, and he, like I said, they're an extension. That's why I call them the parental unit, because they're a unit. She runs off. He starts doing the cleaning. That's it. There's no, what did we do wrong to deserve an egg? Or actually, no, that's what they have. They don't even think of it as, oh, the egg was dropped. Or actually, the fucking egg was hot. The egg was hot. That's why I dropped it. But that's what they do. They don't think about like, oh, he dropped the egg because it's hot. Why is it dropping eggs? Well, it's hot because he has to cook there. They don't see, that's the part they don't do. They avoid he's doing this because this action that's costing this person, or we're doing this because of our own actions. See, that's what they don't connect, and they avoid. They avoid the accountability part, that if I'm dropping eggs on accident or on purpose, I'm still making the eggs for only one reason, because these people are not providing enough. And that's the connection they used to make, that they're not doing enough. They're not doing the basics of being a parenting. When they clearly have the resources are clearly here. They're just doing it for control. So that's how much control they want, that they're willing to do physical labor. Because like I said, they earn enough income to, I mean, at least you would think that these people are trying to optimize their business, right? I mean, a business owner would logically think like, hey, you know, the business should run itself. It depends on who you are, how insecure you are. But generally, that's what I meant by how a business can run itself. You could have a floor cleaner. Actually, literally, there are machines, there are robots. Hay robots que limpian el piso, que trapean el piso automáticamente como la Roomba. There's literally robots that will mop the floor, yet they're here still doing the same menial task. This person could have built like an entire, you know, like cleaning service business, right? I mean, cleaning is a demand. People want clean things. I would pay for it. Other people clearly pay for it. You know, quality. But this person here would rather be no effort, you know, no upgrade. What's it called? This person has all the XP, but they're still at the same level essentially. That's what summarizes their life. So I don't know what the fuck that was, but like clearly we're reaching some sort of like intimidation type point. Yeah, so that's literally me just talking. I'm just talking, sharing my opinions and valid opinions. And, you know, that's the kind of reactions we get in this household. I have literally been cornered in this laundry room. Literally have been trying to do laundry in this very room, and I get cornered. Just like I'm standing right, not this aggressive, not this, no, they get more aggressive. They get right in your face. That's what they do. They get right in your face. And that's just what I immediately thought of right here in the moment. Because that's what has happened before, right here. And this person, like I'm literally wearing noise canceling headphones right now. And I've got, my Pokemon music, battle music in the background. So I can't really actually hear what they're saying, but I can definitely make out the gestures. And from my opinion, these are not friendly gestures. These are kind of like, these are not gestures you would expect a maternal person to make to their offsprings. No, these are aggressive gestures. As you've seen, this person records me for no actual logical reason other than to either copy me or has some, intimidation tactic behind our back overall in the background. So that's where we're at. These people, they don't listen. Actually, they listen. What they do is they avoid the understanding part. They listen to defend themselves. Because you can tell right there in the reflection, she's listening, but she's not listening to be a better person to me. She's listening as a way to defend themselves, because that's what the Bible does. It tells people everyone is bad by default. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's why it's all about guilt, shame, and control. And unfortunately, this is the only way these people get it. When you do the same tactics back to them. They are not good tactics. I don't recommend doing them for very long, even if you are aware of what you're doing, because they become habits, right? If you do something long enough, they become bad habits. So yeah, you're pissed off or whatever, but don't do it every day. I don't have a video of something like this up, so I kind of wanted to make one like this. But anyways, that's where we're at. So I'm making that video, kind of show how she's in her own little world. She's doing what she would have done. They literally switched the roles. Sometimes one cleans and then sometimes the other one, GTFOs. So it really depends on the moment, but that's what goes on. So I am going to go upstairs. Let's see what I'm going to do with my day.